Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome to this episode of suggestions for last-minute gift ideas. Rob Wilton from the UK and I are going to play Elf here with you and make some suggestions of some of our products, review some of those just in time for the holidays. Think about some last-minute gift ideas, things of that nature. How you doing, Rob?
I'm good, thanks, Jeff. You?
I'm doing as best as possible given our circumstances.
Yes.
A bizarre year for sure, but we're wrapping it up. And you know what? At the end of the day, I still feel 2020 personally was a rewarding year for me. So, a lot of things to be thankful for despite the downsides.
And the good thing with this sort of connection to nature, which I think a lot of people have discovered for the first time.
Definite unexpected kind of silver lining, if there is such a thing, to the lockdowns is a lot of people looking out their windows in the backyard and noticing birds on the feeders or in the garden, and saying, hey, what's that? Or say, well, I can't go out to dinner, so we'll go on a picnic instead. And being out in nature and outside and reconnecting, it's been shown to be mentally healthy. And most of even like the CDC and World Health Organization both list time outside is important during these times. So I think a lot of people are taking that to heart. It's been good. From a personal standpoint, this is the first time in about almost 2 decades that I've been able to experience the migration through my own backyard, which has been kind of a fun learning experience, because I'm always at bird festivals, elsewhere. It seems like peak migration. So that's been different.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I guess the thing to do is talk about some of our favorites. And I don't know if you want to kick off, or I can, with suggestions and ideas.
Well, my first thoughts were for perhaps for the for those people out there that are already in the Kowa family, maybe the owners of TSN spotting scopes, the 770s, the 880s, and the smaller eyepieces, the 660s and the 600s. That if you're looking for a Christmas stocking filler, that you already own one of those scopes. I mean, we are probably, the company for accessories, aren't we, for our spotting scope? So
absolutely,
there's so many different applications and things. So one surefire hit with any owner is if they want more reach, then we've got the TSN Ex16 1.6 Extender. It's a great little accessory that you can just pop on, and if you're using the 25 to 60 zoom, you've got a 40 to 96 times zoom there. So great for long range applications, sea watching, that kind of thing. So the nice thing, what I do like about the extender is when you pop it onto the body, it doesn't look like you've just put on this huge gadget. It's so streamlined, it just fits. And that bayonet mount, and then so I think that if you want to start to accessorize your scopes and get more applications out of them, the system is the way to go.
Yeah, and that extends your reach by basically 60% increase. It's a 1.6x extender. I've got the Ex16 here. As an idea, you can see it's a pancake size increase. This is the one that would go the scopes that take our 9Z eyepiece, the 600 series or 660 series, 82 SV as example, and some of the older models as well. But it really is a handy bit of kit that can give you a lot more reach, it's something that a lot of people don't have in their kit, and it's such an easy piece. You can stick it in your pocket, have it there, and for those times when you need a little more reach, just that much more magnification, even at 60 power, it is handy to be able to slap that on there and drum it up to say 90 power as an example. just enough. Obviously, the resolution drops off because your light decreases as you increase the magnification. But at times, it can be very handy to have that extra magnification to make, in the case of birding, I'm always bird centric as a, a lifelong birder, to make that identification, but, there are other applications as well, of course. Um, Going along with the accessory route, one of the things, a lot of people may be getting a new mobile phone for the holidays, treating themselves. And we do have a couple different lines, both in Europe and then in North America, another line of phone scope adapters that you can get. And that's just such great fun. I mean, this is a US only, I guess, here, but this is the one that I'm using all the time. It's co-branded with Phone Scope, this particular model, but it allows you to be able to just pop this on the scope and instantly be shooting images of what you're seeing. And I remember when I first started birding and had my first view through the spotting scope, that's the first thing that went through my mind. It's like, goodness, I wish I could get a picture of that. That's phenomenal, So, and lo and behold, years later, now we can very simply and foolproof. You want to talk about the RP adapters?
Yeah. I was just going to say, actually, that you're, I watch your social media postings and things, and some of the especially, I suppose, like you said, this year, because you haven't been able to be on the road as much, you're out more doing, getting materials and, well, just doing your hobby, and then also getting materials for Kowa. And some of that footage is just, you would not think it was a mobile phone stuck on the end of a spotting scope, would you? It's just outstanding. It really is.
It's a lot of fun and can be real surprising, it's publishable quality stuff taken with your phone. But that's one of the things. These things are constantly adapting, changing, improving the mobile phones. So that is indeed, a reality of today, is that they all have better resolution, and your ability to capture what you're seeing more effectively is just increases with every successive generation of smartphone.
I mean, I've just leaped from the SE up to the iPhone 12 Pro, and it's just breathtaking, the quality. I mean, I'm desperately waiting for our new adapters to come out so I can get it on there. But yeah, over in Europe we do a slightly different range of adapters, the RP series, and they're more of a simple idea. Whereas the US version, you can change the adapter to suit whatever lens you want to use on the models that have multiple lenses. So there's some advantages there for, I think, if you want to get really into your smartphone digiscoping, then utilizing that lens can give you some incredible results. The RP series is very much a simple adapter. We use the basic standard lens of the phone just to keep it simple, so you don't need to download any apps or anything to worry about that. You pop the smartphone adapter into the case and push it on, and you're away. And now the last count, we're up to about 140 different models that we can do now. So it used to be, 2 or 3 years ago, we used to do the shows, and it would be a few select iPhones and a few select Samsungs. Now, for a good majority of smartphone models, we've got that covered now. So so they're a really good. If you want to get into it, I think so digiscoping. I started many years ago with the compact cameras and the fiddly digiscoping adapters that took you half an hour to set up. Now, I would never dream of going down that route. It's smartphone for me.
It's definitely been a real game changer, and I think more and more people are shooting that way. You alluded to this earlier, that Kowa has arguably, and it's probably not even arguably, I'd probably put it up against any manufacturer, but more different types of accessories for our spotting scopes. And we have more spotting scope lines actually than any other manufacturer. You know, we do have 7 different lines of spotting scopes, starting as low as our 500 series, going up to our Premier with the 880 series. And we have, you know, a full suite of accessories for all of them, like the Ex16 Extender, like these digiscoping adapters for your phones. But we also have, you know, adapters, right, that will accommodate any camera behind the spotting scopes as well. And I think it's important for people to understand that. If you've got a point and shoot, we've got you covered. If you are shooting still with, you know, or one of the newer Micro Four Thirds models, we've got you covered. If you want to add a, you know, a sophisticated DSLR on the back side of the spotting scope behind the eyepiece to get that massive magnification, you can do that as well. And we've got you covered on all of those with a full suite of accessories to be able to accommodate basically any camera on any of our eyepieces. We also have even an unsung hero that most people don't talk about. Doesn't look like much in the box, but we'll show you some more. Our Da3 is an amazing bracket. It's a combination of
absolutely. Go on here, Jeff.
Here he is.
That's lucky because that's on the top of my equipment pile at the moment. So,
perfect. So, I mean, this allows you to mount any camera behind the eyepiece and give it full support, but it also allows you to shift the weight back and forth. So it's also a balance rail that will allow you to accommodate that. So if you're going to be hanging, say, mounting a heavier DSLR behind the eyepiece, this is a great way to add some support. Or, you know, you could even, in this case, put a camcorder or something and mount that behind there as well. So the TSN Da3, while it looks a little bit scary and large, is an amazing bit of kit too that I think is definitely underappreciated and not utilized near as much as it could.
If you're really into your digiscoping, I think, you know, that is well, it's worth its weight in gold really, because the stability it offers, and when you know and more importantly the balance, because no matter how good your tripod head is, when you're up to that 1,000 or 2,000 millimeter, you need balance if you want to locate a subject. But yeah, I used to use it when I was doing more of the DSLR digiscoping, but I say now just for the sheer fun and consistent results, I tend to stick with the phone. But yeah. And what I do like, the nice thing about Kowa, and that's why, you know, there is so many sort of great gift ideas, is this cross compatibility, isn't it? You know, you've got this one bayonet mount that all these adapters fit, the backward compatibility with older scopes. I mean, we see well, not this year because we've not been to any, but shows. People will turn up with their trusty TSN ones. They've had them for 20, 30 years, and they're immaculate. And they don't want to change the scope, but they can upgrade their eyepiece. So there he is. Yeah.
There's my old trusty, you know, TSN 4.
Yeah.
Back from the early 1990s. And yeah, let's talk about that. This is still the original 20 to 60 eyepiece I've got on there, but
so that baby.
So most people, I think most people don't realize that we can indeed, you know, upgrade these beasts and give them a bit of a, you know, breathe new life into them by putting one of our current and vastly improved eyepieces on there. You know, so our TE9Z on this side of the pond can be mounted to that because of the fact that, you know, the bayonet mount is still usable for the new eyepieces, which is going to give you a lot of new life and brighten that up. So if you know someone even that has, or you have personally, a great trusty old scope that you love and are fond of, but, you know, wish you could get a little bit better view, that's a relatively affordable way to be able to, just by virtue of adding that single eyepiece, to increase your view.
And things like the extender, it will fit a large amount of old spotting scopes. I mean, if you go onto our websites, then you can check. We've got lots of material that will tell you what works with what. So it's worth doing that. But yeah, it's amazing just how many people how well they look after their optics, and they've had adventures with them, and they don't want to change. You know, they're sort of attached to it, aren't they? So that's the beauty of the Kowa system. You know, everything is backward compatible, and it's real flexible.
No, that's a great point. And, you know, the fact that you can use literally, you know, a 30, 40-year-old scope and then make it so that it functions better day to day, but then it also allows you to use all of our digiscoping accessories as well, the current suite of digiscoping. So it's a double whammy that you get their advantage. Should we talk a little bit about, well, I mean, I better talk about this. I know we both have promos on either side of the pond to talk about. Here in the US, we're running, with North America, I should say, we're doing a promotion on our best performing 880, 88 millimeter spotting scopes with the TE11WZ. They're on special, $400 rebate, instant rebate from any authorized Kowa dealer. And
Nice.
have another great promo going on over there in Europe as well on the 77, which is again a great performer. The best, probably the most compact but large objective spotting scope in the marketplace. It's the lightest weight, most compact, and a great performer. And what kind of a promotion are you doing on that?
Yeah, it's you're gonna have to get a move on because it runs out the 14th of December. But over in the UK, you get the case, the Stayon case, you get the 11 WZ 25 to 60 zoom eyepiece, and obviously the scope body, and that's 1799.
Wow.
And that's a saving of about £360. So it's a good deal. And over in Europe, it's you're looking at €1999. So yeah, it's like a 20% saving at the moment. So it's
that's phenomenal. And the 77, you know, utilizes the same eyepiece as the 88. You know, it's our best performing eyepiece. That's our TE11Z. It's a 25 to 60x wide angle zoom, which gives you all of the eye comfort that you could want. You know, the same resolution. You're just giving up a little bit of light gathering with the smaller objective, but it's still a 77 millimeter, which is plenty. You know, that's exactly what the old TSN 1 through 4 were, right? And then it has the same patented dual focus, the same, you know, robust chassis that we see on our 88s. So really, really sweet deal there. And that's another way to, you know, that's our second best performer, but still a phenomenal piece. That you can get and literally have a spotting scope for life that you can digiscope with all day long and have some really phenomenal results. Moving past the spotters, maybe do you have anything going on with the 500 series? I guess we talk about. I alluded to the fact that we had 7 lines, but
yeah. I mean I think the little 500 series, the 50 mil scope, is a real little gem, because I think it's appeal. As soon as somebody sees that scope and holds it in their hand and feels the weight, it's like, wow. I mean, it's 400 grams. So what would that be in?
Ooh, challenging me.
It's
super lightweight.
Especially this sort of this year we've had with this new connection to nature. It's that scope, to me, it appeals. It's great for the family to take out. You can go to the park with it. You can sit in the garden with it. But if you're a serious birdie, you can stick it in your glove box. You can. It's there. You know, if you're going hiking, trekking, and for the money. All right.
That'd be 14.11 ounces.
All right. That's the thing, isn't it? When I'm doing this, the adverts and things, I have to switch from ounces then to inches and back to millimeters and all these. matrix.
Play
Yeah,
on
it's
both
a,
sides of the pond.
yeah,
But super
great little
lightweight,
scope.
really small. I don't have one of those here on the table. What I do
No.
have, talking about lightweight scopes, this is a different beast. This is our 550 series, the 55 millimeter, but this is a premier piece, and it's part of our Prominar line that has the full fluoride lens objective lens here to give you superior control of stray light. But it's give you an idea of the size. The 500 is a little bit smaller even than this. And in the U.S. they start at $350, $349. What are they in?
They're
Okay.
299.
Hmm.
299.
So that's for the 500, I should say, not for the
Yes,
550.
yeah.
To clarify, the 550 is a different beast. You know, this is a top performer at a you know a higher price point. Obviously, this is under $2,000. It was rated in the Audubon Society, National Audubon Society, did their most recent spotting scope review, and this was the best compact scope and the highest performing spotting scope by score, under $2,000, even comparing to like 80 millimeter objective scopes, 85 millimeter objective scopes. It outperformed all of them by a fairly wide margin. So, and that's that.
And actually, if these scopes that we're talking about, if you do own these scopes, remember if you've other gift ideas, maybe we've got Stayon Cases, and especially for the high end models, we do a nice modular neoprene case. The modular Stayon neoprene cases are a nice upgrade. They look smart, and you can tailor it. So you can take bits off and keep bits on, and tailor it to how you want to do. So that's great.
Really great for in the field too. Like I say, you can pull off that the eyepiece cover and unsnap the objective lens cover if you want, if it's windy and you don't want it rattling around. But yeah, it will protect that powder coat and keep keep the finish nice. Won't show the dings and bangs and scratches that you're going to get invariably if you're using them as a tool. As I do, I use them rough. So. Let's drag them through the brush.
Yeah, and we can. We also do some eyepiece protection eye relief caps, CV88s for the 88 and the 77 series scopes, and the CV66 for the smaller scopes. That's just it's an eye relief cap with some protection glass in there.
Yeah, an additional
another little gift idea.
Scratch protection, and we have the objective lens covers as well, right? The filters go on.
Yes.
That you can pick up as well if you wanted that extra protection.
Yeah, the 95 millimeters. That's for the 88, the TSN 880 series. Yeah, it's a UV filter with KR coating, which is our coating that repels dust and grime and that kind of thing. So. Mm-hmm. With a little stocking filler for the outdoor person that's already got the scope.
Yeah, we've got, of course, we talked about the spotting scopes and accessories, but we've got a wide range of binoculars as well. And, here in the U.S. at least, I know a lot of manufacturers are really struggling to stay in stock. There's a lot of empty shelves at some of the dealers. With other manufacturer products, the Kowa gear is in stock and available. Happily, we're, knock on wood, happy to say that we've not been plagued by manufacturing issues or staying in stock on the product. So we've got all of our products in stock, ready to go. So again, if you decide you want to step up, and we've got 5 different lines of binoculars as well, starting with our YF2, our very popular, it's $100 US. It's a Poro Prism, it's basically designed with smaller hands and eyes in mind, so it's usable by children as easily as adults for any purpose. So it's really a great product for anyone that might be starting. If you know one of these people that are starting to notice nature, but they may not have a binocular, for a really, really reasonable price, you can go and pick up this phenomenal performing little binocular um, that you could give to them to start them off on their bird and nature appreciation adventure.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to start. We have a lot of different youth organizations and birding clubs and things that are buy those in bulk. And we'll work with them too to help them out. Um, so that they can have these for their walks and their school groups and everything else. So they're real popular. The Kowa YF2 binoculars and really attractive as well.
Yeah, that's what I love about Kowa actually, is that all those binoculars. I mean, it's just anybody, any application, any budget really. When we've got something to suit, haven't we, in our ranges? I mean, like the SV25s, little pocket binoculars. If you know someone that's interested in hiking, whatever, that kind of thing, they're a great gift, just that they can stick in the rucksack, in the pocket. And I know the UK price, you're looking at about £89 for a pair of those. And a lot of these binoculars with the small objective lenses, they're not even worth looking through, are they? A lot. But one thing about the SV is they're a nice for the money. They're great value optics.
Absolutely. And if you are, kind of snobby and want the best view possible in a compact, we also have our premium line, the Genesis Compact. Again, very easily get real small here, stick in your pocket. But these are honestly one of the best compact binoculars I've ever viewed through. The glass in these things is phenomenal. Very different price point. It's a different level performance. This is the premium level. But still, it's a product that you can have with you all the time, no matter what. Like you say, have it in the glove compartment, in a toolbox, in your office, laptop bag, whatever, for those times when you're not really supposed to be bird watching, but or viewing nature, but are real handy. And that's the Genesis Compact. Do take a look at those. These are serious performers right here as well. But between those two, the top and the bottom, we do have a number of different lines. You mentioned the SV series, and we do have our SV binoculars in a full size as well. They're a step above the YF in price point and in performance. All right, and then we jump from our SV. We have those in 32 millimeter and 42 millimeter models. We jump to our extremely popular. This is probably our best line. And if I were going to pick my sort of favorite binocular to recommend to someone, it's by far the BD2. It's our newest binocular we've rolled out, the BD2. This is the 32 millimeter model here. Here's a 42 millimeter to give you an idea. They kind of check all the boxes, and they're class leading in so many regards at this price point that they're kind of a standout. They have the widest field of view of any binoculars in this price point, and our 6.5 by 32 actually has a wider field of view, I think, than any binocular out there. I haven't found one with a wider field of view. It's a full 10-degree wide field of view, which is amazing. And what that does for your field of view, of course, adds a lot of eye comfort at the end of the day. When you're seeing that wide field, that's one of the things it does for you, but also allows great usability in that you can locate your subject much quicker with that wide field of view, but still have all the magnification that you need. So that's a real good thing. They also are class leading in close focus. These go down to what, 1 point, however many meters. It's 4.2 feet on the 32 millimeter model.
1.3 meters is the 32. Yeah.
I mean, you can literally focus not only on your toes, but for a taller person like me, I can focus on my knees with these things if I wanted. So certainly more than close enough. And then the 42 millimeter models will close focus all the way down to 5 foot, just over 5 foot distance. So, I mean, phenomenal. And they're smaller and more compact and a little bit lighter weight than a lot of the other binoculars, even within this price point. So they're class leading in that size. They've got a great ergonomic feel, tactile grip surface. So anyone says, what's binocular should I look at? Even if they're talking a slightly lower price point that might lend itself more to our SV binoculars, I always encourage people to take a look at the BD2 binoculars, because this is still a mid-price, but you can get this product and literally be happy with this product for a very long time, and maybe for your entire life, depending on how serious you want to get. At the top of the tier, of course, I already mentioned the Genesis Compacts. We do have our Genesis binoculars in the 33 and the 44. This is our premier product in the Prominar line that we make. It's our best performing binocular as well, the Genesis binocular.
So if you want some accessory ideas as well for the binoculars, I mean, the smartphone digitoscope, we do rings for our binoculars. So if you're going just popping out with just with your binos and you've got the phone with you, then take an adapter, take a ring. We do for the Genesis, particularly with them being quite a large binocular. We do the harness as well, don't we? For the really comfortable to carrying system to wear on your body, so they rest the binoculars just front and center.
Rather than having all the weight just hanging on the neck strap, the harness will spread the weight across more your back to give you a little better support there as well.
We've got the KB, the tripod mount as well. So if you're doing some sort of static observation, most not every, obviously the small compacts don't have that tripod mount, but the majority of the range you can use the tripod adapter. So if you set up sea watching or whatever in a static location, it just sky watching, whatever, it's just perfect.
Right, and that will screw right in place. This cap here will unscrew, and the tripod adapter will screw into here as a little pedestal that will mount to a tripod down below. And also, I mean, that's used very commonly in astronomy in particular, is one of the real common uses for that, so that when you're looking at the night sky on a tripod, you can be hands off because it's darker and you're looking at small, very distant subjects. So, it's good to lock that down. So we do have a full suite of accessories there as well. I don't know what else we can tell you. There's not a lot of time before the holidays, but we'll be here afterwards as well. And as always, Rob and I and the entire Kowa team are here to answer your questions. Here in the United States, you can just reach out to us at customerservice@kowa.com with any of your questions. You can reach us through our social media pages on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram. You can also check out our complete suite of videos on our YouTube pages at it's youtube.com/user/Kowa Sporting Optics, or you can probably even just search for Kowa Sporting Optics on the YouTube page. And we've got literally over 100 different product videos that Rob's the genius behind most of those. He's our graphics guru, but really helpful to help you understand the full suite of accessories, how they're to use them. If you wind up getting one for the holidays and want to look at the best way to use it, you can look at these product videos that are extremely helpful, or of course reach out to us at any time.
Over in Europe, the European website is kowaoptic.com, and the email address is scope@kowaoptimed.com.
Well, and Rob, I guess with that, we'll wrap this up, and I will wish you a happy holidays, and hoping that, next year things are a little easier for us and we can actually maybe even get together.
Yes, that would be very nice. Yeah, same to you, Jeff, and I look forward to working with you next year. And who knows, hopefully, we'll get together at an exhibition or two next year.
We'll see. We'll see. 2020 was the year that was canceled, and so far 2021 is kicking off the same way. So in the interim, we're here virtually. Thanks for listening to us, and again, reach out to us. We are open for business and happy to help however we can. We prefer to be seeing you in person. We'd be happy to see you at a show, somewhere or a festival. But you know, in the interim, this is what we've got, and we're happy to always hear from our consumers out there and the Kowa users to see how we can help you with your optics needs.